and welcome to The Loop, where we talk all things health, wellness and live strong woman. Now, The Loop is, pretty much we kind of cover all areas. Last week we were doing self-defense. The week before we went and saw Tara Stiles doing her yoga solution. This week we're gonna go and speak to a life coach. Why not? We have a coach for other things. There's a sport coach, a vocal coach, an acting coach. How about a life coach? Okay, ladies, so here I am with my good friend Bryn Drescher. Thank you so much for being here with me today and sharing some of your knowledge with our wonderful Live Strong Woman viewers. So Bryn is a life coach and self-empowerment speaker. And so I'm just going to fire a question at you right now. Now, she knows me probably more than a lot of people out there, right? But I get very, very overwhelmed. I work myself to the core. I am just scatty. I'm all over the place. I feel like I have too much to do at times and I can't fit it all in, and my time management skills are all over the place. So for someone who has a crazy life, and I'm sure there's many of you ladies out there, whether you're a mother or a businesswoman, what have you, it's how on earth do you get to multitask and stay calm, find time for yourself? But how do you balance everything? What do you suggest I do?
Well, the first thing I would suggest is definitely prioritizing. So is everything you're doing necessary, or because some people use busy to not deal with self, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing. But if you get to the root of that and it turns out, you know what? It is just that I have a lot going on. If that's the case, then it is in every day, at least as consistently as you can be aware of it, are you giving yourself the me time? Even if it's for 5 minutes. Like I know you drink tea, for example. What are you doing during your tea? Don't be on the computer, don't be filling yourself, but have that tea time to really just sit and be.
Having the opportunity to speak to a life coach, I thought, well, what better question to ask other than what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given? See, now I know that you have travelled the country, giving speeches and lectures, and you've met a lot of people. What is what's the best piece of advice you've been given, in regards to?
Well, I think it's two things. Take 100% responsibility for your life. And the only reason I say that is because that is a position of power versus it's their fault or it happened to me. If you're in the driver's seat in a car, you feel more in control than if you're in the passenger seat. So really get in the driver's seat in your life. And then secondly, comparing, drop it. Stop comparing yourself professionally, looks-wise, particularly women, looks-wise, all those things to other people, because every time, as I said, I call it the compare affair. Don't compare yourself to others because you're cheating on yourself.
Yeah, well, that's easier said than done, but I know that we have to stop doing that, ladies. That definitely is something that takes away our power, because it's almost saying we're not enough.
Exactly.
By saying we need that, or
it's
we
a
should
less
have
than,
that.
more than argument. And even in a positive way, if you think, oh, I'm better than, that's still not healthy for you. It's all about, I'm awesome because I'm awesome, and you're awesome because you're awesome, and we're very different.
Yeah. We also touched on the media's influence on self-image, on our own self-image, and also how it's affecting youths of today. Well, how do you feel that the media and the image that we have in the Western world, I'll go ahead and say, how do you think that affects our youths of today?
Well, especially for young girls and young men, I'm glad that you brought in the young men as well, is that there's these images they're being bombarded with on who they're supposed to be. So for example, women are supposed to be very fit, but not always intelligent, whereas men are supposed to be very machismo, but not sensitive. So either way, these images are not necessarily helpful in moving our youth to have healthy self-images, or even just if they don't happen to fit those right out the gate, then they don't know where they belong. So for me, one of my major messages is each of you came into this world, for a reason, and you're unique, and that's your job, just to fill out yourself in your own unique way. And so it's more about how to get them to just realize that everybody kind of on a base level has a lot of different emotions, but you're unique, and that's what your role is, to just add something different, which is just you.
Now, if people want to ask you more questions, they want to know a bit more about you, how can they find you? Do you have a website?
Yes, I do. My website is mylifegps.com. That's mylifegps, like the global positioning system.com, or on Twitter at Bryn Drescher. And that's BRYN DRESCHER.
Thank you. And if you've got one more thing to say to the ladies, one more thing, come on, let me squeeze it out of her.
All right.
One more piece of information they just cannot, they have to know. You cannot leave here without telling them this.
Happiness is an inside job. Start from the inside. The outside looking beautiful is wonderful, but if you start from the inside, it makes doing everything on the outside so much easier.
Here, high five.
All right.
Let's do another one because that's terrible.